Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we speak about the Game Week 27 matches and we will predict them as per usual. So let's jump straight into the video, no wasting any time, and hopefully you enjoy. Now we have Newcastle versus Wolves for the first game. This game could be a pretty decent one. Newcastle have picked up their form a bit, and last time they actually lost to Arsenal 4-1 and they did not play too well. Arsenal actually outplayed them and Willock managed to score against his former club. And Wolves are doing pretty good past two games. They have stepped it up, beat Spurs a few weeks ago 2-1, and Pedro Neto has been class for them. My prediction is going to be a 2-2 draw between the two. And we move on to Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. This could be a pretty decent game. Spurs have been kind of in a on and off kind of situation in their form. Maddison really provides the creativity in that midfield, and I'm sure they are glad that he is back. And they've been playing pretty well this season, I cannot lie. Heung-min Son should be back soon. Apparently he got injured, his finger is injured, so he should be back. Palace, another team doing okay. They brought in Glasner as a coach. I believe he used to coach Eintracht Frankfurt. They were missing Eze and Elise to injuries, which is bad, but this will be Glasner's first game for Crystal Palace in charge, and let's see how he does with this team. Hopefully he could do well, but they are against Tottenham, so I see Tottenham winning 3-1. And we have Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool. Honestly, I see a easy Liverpool win here. Nottingham Forest, we start with them. They have not been too bad. They've been putting up a lot of fights recently. They've been getting close in terms of goals to their opponents, but it's just not enough. They did lose to Villa 4-2 in the last game, and I've got to say that striker Awani, he always scores, manages to score off the bench or whenever he starts. I rate him a lot, and Liverpool are a top team right now, playing some very good football. And a few days ago they won the Carabao Cup versus Chelsea, and currently they sit top of the league. Klopp could end his season with a Premier League as well, possibly. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-0 win for Liverpool. And we have Brentford versus Chelsea. This could be a very interesting game. Brentford have not been too bad. Tony been back to scoring, and they have been on and off as well in terms of their form. They lost their last 3 games in the Premier League. I would say a pretty underrated side in the league for sure. And Chelsea, on the other hand, have found a bit of form recently, unbeaten in their past 3 Premier League games, but they did lose very late against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, and Van Dijk's header was the winner for Liverpool, which lost Chelsea the game. And my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Now we have Everton versus West Ham, another fairly interesting game. Everton been not too bad, got deducted 6 points instead of 10, which is okay. They are not in the relegation zone, so it's a positive. Calvert-Lewin has been struggling for goals recently. He just can't seem to find the net, and Everton have been getting a bunch of draws recently, but they still have managed to stay above the relegation zone. And West Ham, on the other hand, they have been struggling quite a bit recently. Bowen been balling out though in his last game against Brentford. He actually got a hat-trick, and they are doing not too bad though, I would say, but compared to their usual form, it's a bit worse, I would say. My prediction will be a 3-1 win for West Ham. Now we have Fulham versus Brighton. This will be a good matchup. Fulham have been not too bad. Their form has been also on and off. Last game they beat Manchester United 2-1, and Iwobi got the winner in the 97th minute regaining form slowly, Fulham are, which is a positive for that club. Brighton, on the other hand, they have been finding some form, even though they drew to Everton 1-1 and they scraped through with a win in that game, and Lewis Dunk scored the goal to get them 1 point in the 95th minute, so very clutch from him. But my prediction will be another 1-1 draw for Brighton, or between the two anyway. And we have Luton Town versus Aston Villa. Both teams will fight for this one. I believe Luton Town have been great, really have surprised me this season. Newly promoted team playing some class football, but not in the best form exactly right now. I love how the fans back them all the time, even when they're losing, when they're winning as well, of course. It's great to see. And Aston Villa have been great, finding their form once again, and they're really making that push for the Champions League spots. Currently they are in 4th, so if they could manage to stay in the 4th position, that would be probably the first time in their club's history that they would get Champions League football, and it would be a insane achievement for them. Watkins, like, this guy is balling out for the club. Fantastic striker. My prediction will be a 3-1 win for Aston Villa. Now we move on to Burnley versus Bournemouth. Not too bad matchup here. Burnley have not been the best. In terms of form, they're pretty awful. Lost to Palace 3-0 and before 5-0 to Arsenal. Been saying company has to change something up like really soon, because nothing seems to be working for Burnley, because they keep on losing, so something needs to change there. Let's move on to Bournemouth. Bournemouth have been struggling recently, haven't won a game in 6 games, so yeah, it's a bit of a rough one for them, but hopefully they can figure it out. And I see Bournemouth getting their first win in like 6 games, and they're gonna win 2-1 in my opinion. Now we have the second last game. The biggest game this week is the Manchester derby. Man City versus Manchester United. Now Man City right now are a very dangerous team. They have found their form recently. This is where they will hit another gear in my opinion. Haaland and Kitty B, that duo is incredibly dangerous. Like, those guys are insane. Man United, so on the other hand, have not been the best. Their form was good until they lost last week against Fulham 2-1. Totally unexpected, but they were missing a key finisher in Højlund, who has been on form, but unfortunately he is injured for 3 to 4 weeks, so he'll be missing this game, and he will be a huge miss for the side in this match. And my prediction will be a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Now the last and final game we have is Sheffield United versus Arsenal. I expect Arsenal to absolutely thrash Sheffield. Sheffield have not been the best. Been a rough season for them. If we're being honest, they've been losing 5-0 quite a bit. This team is struggling. They have conceded 66 goals in 26 games this season. That is crazy. They have a good chance of going down, unfortunately, as they do sit bottom of the league. And Arsenal, on the other hand, they have been very good. Had a very good performance against Newcastle, managed to beat them 4-1, and great bounce back after the loss to Porto in the Champions League. We are most likely in the title race. We do have a chance to win the title, but we need to keep this form going. And my prediction is going to be a 4-0 win for Arsenal. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below your predictions, and don't forget to subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.